Hi guys, so we're back again here at Otter's RC Garage. We are on our third step of putting this drift car together. So today I think I'm going to mostly just try and fly through as much of it as I can, leave you guys up over my shoulder, and we'll take things as they come. If I find something interesting I think you guys would like to hear about, it's not going to bore you, I'll stop and I'll try and explain a few things. Main goal today, looks like we're going to get the motor mounted, so that'll be nice, have the motor in there and gear mesh set and not have to think about or worry about that. That is going to add a little bit of weight to it, but oh well, it's not that much. So we're going to get to it, get the motor on, then maybe the suspension. I think that's the next steps. I know I see a couple control arms that I'm putting on before I put the motor in, but let's get into it. Okay guys, so unfortunately my camera doesn't seem to be recording, or didn't seem to record the first bit of this, but I did get the front control arms put on here. I got the front upper bulkhead parts here put on that hold the control arm into place. They have these little pins on either side, and that's what this pivot's on. So instead of having one long pin that goes through like some of the bigger monster trucks, this is what we have instead, is an arm with a pin. There's also, it was hard to see, but there's little bushings inside here I had to pop into this arm. These bushings are what allows it to pivot and rotate and stay basically like a ball joint. It is a ball socket, so very similar. Also got the rear ones put on, and that is where I was at when I realized the camera wasn't recording anything of what I was doing. But we are making progress, as you can see. Getting ready now to mount the motor up, so I'm going to get the stuff around and we'll film some of that. So now we are at the step where we're going to get our motor mounted in here. This motor will actually go up and slide into here. I got it started. This is where it told us to put it. As you can see, we can change the gear on here, and it's got pre-selected spots for us to mount it. There's also a little cardboard plate in there. You want to put that on there. That keeps the heat from the motor from going forward. Keeps it all going out the back and the sides and sucking through here. So we have that. We also have our heat sink we're going to be putting on. With that, they don't say to do it, but I have some of that white paste left over for the Traxxas one. I'm going to put that inside here, sort of help transfer all that heat over to it. But then we have this plate here that's going to go over the top of both gears and help protect, just like that. Basically keeps the gears from anything getting inside there and keeps your fingers out of them. Before we mount the motor, we're going to have to mount our gear onto the front of the motor, and this is what will actually be spinning on that and driving our wheels. From there, we also have in this step a couple posts. These posts go in to these spots right here. Somehow, there we go. They go into that spot there and into this spot here. And what those do is those actually, I'm going to screw those in from the bottom, but those hold the tray down on top, and you can put your clips through. And this is where our battery will actually end up sitting. So battery sort of counterweighs the motor is what the idea is. So I'm going to get wrenching and get busy. Hopefully this time my camera keeps recording for you guys. So let's get busy. Okay guys, so one of the things that I noticed, and as you can see I'm taking this back apart, I accidentally set this up for an 18 tooth. It says it on there. This is a 22 tooth gear. So yes, I had the cross pattern right, but I think this plastic piece I actually have to flip over. So that's why you always want to check. I tried putting it together, seemed really tight. Went to go try and spin that gear and it would not spin at all. So gonna get that swapped over and we'll continue on with our build. Better when you have it facing the right direction. Magic. Now we got the motor mounted on. You can tell it's spinning nice and smooth, no weird noises, sounds really good. We got our control arms, the upper control arms on the front and the rear. That was the rear, this is the front here, all mounted up. So next step, it looks like we're going to be doing the lower control arms and some body mounting spots and whatnot. So I'm going to get rolling all of that and I'll probably come back to you hopefully when we got a lot more of this all together. So here we go. So we are now at a really good stopping point. That's what I feel. So I got our control arms on there, our knuckles. So that's where our wheels are going to be mounting up to. See our arm suspension moving. This is the front, so steering. And if we go to the rear, we got a rear suspension and a rear knuckle, so that's where our wheels will be mounted onto. And we got our bumpers, front, rear and front. This is where the foam will be mounting onto, in case we do, go head first and bump into something. But as I said, it's starting to look a lot more like a car. I was hoping to get almost 100%, but we're getting really, really close. So the next few steps are going to be doing the shocks. So I'm going to build the shocks off camera and get those mounted onto the car and everything. And from that point, we're going to pick back up and we'll continue on. This wraps up our third section of this drift car. So we've gotten it now looking more like a car. We got full suspension on it, some knuckles and spots to almost bolt our wheels onto. So we're going to end it here for today. We'll pick back up on a part 4. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. I'm anxious to get it over with. I'd like to work on something else on my bench. This has been taking it up for quite a while, but I hope you guys are liking it and I hope it's worth it all. I know it's going to be worth it to me just to be able to use it and play around drifting with it, learn how to drift with it. So see you guys next week. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Later.